Shalom! Shabbat Shalom and Happy Feast of Tabernacle. So, this is our appointment unto Elohim for all His people of Israel, for both house of Judah and the house of Israel, the Ephraimites. First concern is Israel. In Israel, of course, the so-called Israel, today, the land was built by man. We call it Israel because the real Israel are people and not a land. So Elohim is watching His people and not the land. The land, of course, that is a land promised by our father. In Israel, they are in lockdown because they are locked down until the end of this feast, the last great day. But even I heard that it will extend up to the end of the year. But we will see what will happen. Everything has a purpose in heaven. Naay mga kabubuton sa Elohim kung anong nahitabo ni siya. Elohim is looking for people, His people, nga mag-worship sa iya in spirit and in truth. That is what He is looking. And to be a set-apart people. Elohim is working to everyone individually at this time. Nagsugod ni siya since nag-lockdown ta. Didn't you know that? Nag-lockdown ta from the month of March and followed our feast of Passover, the Pisak. Everybody is not allowed to go out in the house. There is a purpose that in heaven because that is the will of Elohim. Because He wants to do something firstly for His people. This world is Egypt. And this Egypt, we have to know what's happening in the Egypt in the time of our forefather, led by Moshe. Today we are led by Yeshua, Mashiach. He is our mediator unto Elohim. So we have to see the parallel of this, what's going on. And there's a reason for everything. We have to trust Elohim because He is working for us individually wherever we are. He only dwell, He sukot in us. We need to work out with ourselves. This is the main important because we are closer to the coming back of Mashiach, and Mashiach will gather to bring us back to that promised land. And the promised land is, He will not bring up in the promised land with all this if we are not renewed sa ato ang mind. We need to renew our mind, to change ourselves from all these impurities of life. We are still walking in this world. Yeshua was working already. The tabernacle, the Jerusalem above. And we are His people. We must go in the spiritual level for that. If you remember, let us read. Okay, let's gonna read about what I have read from this Ephesians, that we may understand what does it mean. I shall talk about this. Now therefore you are no more strangers and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and of the household of Jehovah. For through Him, which in 18, we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. So it means in the Spirit, not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. When we pray to Elohim, when we sacrifice out fruits of the lips, sacrifice by praying and supplication unto Elohim, we come to the Father into the Ruah, not by our in the spiritual, in the spiritual sense. So when we come, this is how we approach to our Father, because He's seeking for our who worship in spirit and in truth. So He said here in verse 20, and are built upon the foundation of the apostles. It is the apostle who founded. How it is built? We are built by our faith. Yeshua and the prophets, Yeshua the Messiah Himself being chief cornerstone. Have you seen that? The chief cornerstone in the temple, in whom all the building, you see, the building fitly framed. So if you understand what is framed, so the frame of the building together grow unto a set apart temple of Elohim, in whom you are also builded together for an habitation. Unsa man ang habitation? Puy-anan sa Elohim through the Ruah. Your inside, it becomes, in our inside, is become the dwelling place of Elohim through the Ruah. So this is why that we are important for to cleanse ourselves in all impurities in life, and we begin to cleanse that daily, our daily walk unto Elohim, because we are commanded to be light unto the world. Okay, shalom. That is my message, a short message for the last great day, or the Feast of Tabernacle. The tabernacle is His people, those who join the promises of Elohim through Messiah Yeshua, our chief cornerstone in the building or the temple of Elohim in the heavenly places, who is sit in the right side of the right hand of the Father. So that is our heavenly temple, and we're existing that even unto today. So I say shalom, and may you have a blessed Shabbat and the last great day. So that is the last day, the last parsha or the Torah portion to be read during this feast. This is why this is called the rejoicing of the Torah. So they are lifting in the Torah. Our brethren Judah is lifting the Torah, the scroll, but for us, of course, the Torah of Elohim, because the Torah will become made flesh. So shalom, and have a happy feast.